All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harak HaKodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Hey, now as you see, this is a TikTok video that I saved, and want to bring forth an edifying lesson out of it. Hey, but it's dealing with the practice of tattoos, man. And one reason I enjoyed the video, I'll say, is because Jake goes in depth of how it basically breaks down, your skin, man, right? Showing you that this lines back up. Now, this dude is a tattoo artist, right? But he's going into why it's harder, which is really the reason as to why Jake shouldn't be getting tattoos, as the scripture says. Just another reason. I also want to go into some customs, but I'm going to let it play, because it's important. Jake fights so hard against righteousness, man. And this is what this video shows. Jake loves fighting against the laws, statutes, and commandments in which Yahweh Bashim Shai set forth for us, man. Right? So let's get it. Right, so right there, basically what you see is a diagram of the skin, or the different layers of the skin, right? You got the dermis, you got the epidermis, all the different layers, right? Right, so essentially he's putting artificial coloring within your skin and sucking out pigmentation, man. Which will ruin your makeup, man. So it's multiple layers, it's multifaceted as to why Yahweh Shai, doesn't want us to be getting tattoos, man. Right? Now for brothers that got them, you got them before before you knew, right? But nevertheless, brothers ain't getting them no more, so they're a testament to that. They were once in, customs of the Grecians, of the Romans, of the ancient Babylonians and the Egyptians. But they're changed men, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. They're a testament to that you can live and try to change your life to the best of your ability through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man, by putting off your old man ways. This is Leviticus 19, and I'm gonna start at 27, and I'm gonna read 28 as well. It says, "Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard." And we still see that within the circumcision, and Jake getting lineups. Hey, you just look at the groups, man. You know who got them and who don't, right? It says, "Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai." So that it right there is telling us not to get tattoos. But let's go back. Right? He said that's scarring. But it is racial, man, right? Because we were given, this skin, this spirit, more importantly, as and to show forth who we are, man. Now you have Israelites who are of all different, shades, right? As the scripture says, matter of fact, I'm going to grab that really quick. Right, this is coming from the book of Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. And when you go into that word speckled there, it goes into the word variegated, which are it just means different shades, man. Variegated in melanin, or melanin in shades, right? And when you look at the national bird of Israel, it's funny because the national bird is called a hopo or a hoopoe, right? And it's literally all different shades of brown, from the lightest of brown to the darkest of brown and looks black, man. You know, but even the scriptures tell us this about Ephraim, right? This Hosea 7:8, it says, Ephraim hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. So you're going to have Jake of all shades. Jake is going to look like all nations. That's why when we go into, I believe it's the book of Isaiah, it speaks about the remnant of Jake. Matter of fact, let's grab it. This is Isaiah. I think it may be Isaiah. 11. No. Yeah, right here. This is it. Isaiah 11:11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from all the islands of the seas. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So you have Jake that are in all these heathen lands with the heathen, man, right? All it takes is for one Jake, one Israelite to put forth his seed, on one spot. And now you have Jake dwelling there. And, our people love to have sex and multiply, man. So their image, is going to look like the heathen, but the spirit, you can't wipe that out, man. Right? That lineage of that father, that seed line, it can never be dissipated, right? So that's the point. You're going to have Jake that look like everybody. But the main point is, we're not supposed to be picking up this custom of the heathen, man. We are special and nigh unto Yahweh Shem Shai. So there is a superiority. It's a separatist mindset, man. The Lord is racist. When we go into the book of 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter, it clearly states that we're superior and Esau is inferior. This is 2nd Esdras 6. I'm going to just jump down to the bottom. This is 2nd Esdras 6. I'm going to start here at 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, right? And the people also whom thou hast chosen. That's a separate line right there. One is deviating from another. One is chosen, one isn't, right? So when we go here into the book of Genesis, and I'm going to go back to that 2nd Esdras, but I'm going to grab this in Genesis, the 25th chapter. Speaking of Jacob and Esau, right? This is Genesis 25:23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, right? 2 separate, right? 2 nations and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Matter of fact, let's go into this word manner, right? We got to break this down for Jake, man. 2 manner of people. This is G, it's like an H, 38:16. It says Lahom, or Lahaim, Lahom. It's not Lahaim, so like it. I can't even hear what it says, but it says a people or nation, right? It says a people or nation. Is there a root? No root to it. It says a people, a nation. 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, right? And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, man, right? So it's clearly telling you 2 manner of people, 2 separated individuals, 2 nations are coming out of that womb. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Meaning what? One is superior, one is inferior. And the elder shall serve the younger. Right? 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And it describes Esau's physical features because Jake looked like everybody else. Esau was the one that was, peculiar in the sense of different, right? It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, right? Now let's go into this word Esau, right? Ishashua, right? Hairy. Let's see if it's root. Let's see. Hairy, it says rough, but hairy, right? Esau came out lacking, the pigment that Jake and the rest of everybody else came out with, man, right? And that's the point, right? And after that came his brother out and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 old when she bare them, right? So there it is. It says the elder shall serve the younger. Understanding that Esau came out first, making him the elder, he shall serve the younger. So the elder is inferior to the youngest, which is superior. So when we go back into this in 2nd Ezra 6, right? It says, and I'm going to start here at 55. It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. That's possessive, meaning it doesn't belong unto everybody, right? As for the other people which also come of Adam, right? Those three, going back to the three classifications, of men upon the earth at that time. You got the sons of God, or the sons of the power, which are Israelites. You have the sons of the wicked, which are Edomites. And then you have what? The sons of men, which are the heathen nations, right? The sons of God are the superior. The sons of the wicked are the inferior, right? It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and as liken the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel, right? So that's the point. He's only worried about a chosen line, right? And the chosen within that chosen is the elect. So when we go back to what Jake was saying, he's saying it's not, and I'm going to let him say it. But that's what it is. There is a superior and an inferior, man. And Jake is genetically better. And the world know that. Esau himself know that. You don't see now Jake do be going off because niggas be trying to lighten their skin. Even Benjamin do that shit heavily, right? And the end up they do it too by putting that blonde hair shit in they or the blonde hair in their head, man, right? But it's really Esau who wants the melanin and the tone of Jake. That's why you have tanning companies and tanning beds and all these different creams for them to get darker. They literally sell Jake's pigment or melanin on the market, and it's expensive, man, right? So it is superior and inferior, even though he's saying he's not trying to make it that way, but the truth is it's just what it is, right? Now the point is, you're not supposed to be getting that shit, man. That's number one. You getting tattoos, you're going off. Now let's look at the customs here, right? I just typed in ChatGPT as tattoos of Babylonian customs, a custom, and it says tattoos were not uniquely a Babylonian custom, but the practice of tattooing has ancient roots which did exist in Mesopotamian cultures, which include Babylon, right? So these are customs that Jake have grabbed from being within the heathen nature, man, right? It says, hey, just like branding, tattoos and branding are one and the same. That's why you see Jake with Omega on their chest, niggas pledging all these different frats because it's customs of the heathen, right? It says there's a limited direct archaeological evidence of tattooing, specifically among Babylonians. However, clay figurines and ancient I think it's supposed to say relics sometimes show body markings that could suggest tattooing or body painting. Some scholars suggest that tattoos or marks may have been used for slavery, ownership, or religious devotion, similar to other ancient cultures. Egyptians used tattoos as early as 2000 BC, especially among women. Scythians, who live near Mesopotamia, are known to have elaborate tattoos. Here goes, it brings out the scripture. That's a pagan ritual, man. Right? There it is. We read that in Leviticus 28. Leviticus 19. Now let's grab another precept, man. Right? Because us being made different, there's laws and customs in which we're supposed to keep and things we're supposed to stay away from to remain pure or separate. Right? So when we go to this precept in the book of Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, and we can start here at the top, right? It says, "Hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Right? So the ways of the heathen, when we go into that word, is going to go into the morals, which is really immoral for the heathen, right? It says, learn not the way of the heathen. It's not this right here. Yeah, it is. It's H1870, Dirac. It says, of moral character, of manner or habit, direction. That's the point. Right? So we're not supposed to be having the same moral character or customs as the heathen, man, because in doing so, it disconnects us from our power. And the further and further away we get from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the worse we are. That's why you see niggas in the state that they're in today, man. Because Jake, it has no link back into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. So they just acting like straight up demons, man. This is the most demonic and evil Jake has been since we've been here, man. And that's because they refuse to hearken unto the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The scriptures say what? They fan their hands, man. Right? But this is supposed to be us. This is Deuteronomy 7, verse 6, and it reads, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power." Right? The Lord Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Going back into us being superior. Right? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people, right? But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, right? So we're supposed to be keeping forth the covenant. And as the scripture said, this is your wisdom in the sight of the nations. It's the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And the faith that we have within Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that's supposed to make us different, right? But Jake wants to put all that off to fit in with ungodly behavior, man, right? And that's pretty much the point. You know, as soon as I seen the video, you know, I appreciate the fact that Jake, you know, dove into, you know, a few of the details of what he does. But he's going off, right? Even having all them tattoos on your face, Jake looked like a heathen, man. But nevertheless, you know, it was used for edification purposes. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakakwadash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of JMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yahweh, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.